back at it with another live stream collective. I'm super stoked. Can you tell? Right? I feel like it's been a minute. I don't know. I just gotta get my groove back here or something. Maybe there's some synchronicity to that energetically, just collectively. Not that I'm trying to wish that on anybody. Just go on ahead and get your groove back, cause I don't mind. All right. For anyone wondering, but yeah, we have a pick a pile tonight. And I got 3 piles, you guys. Three. All right. You know, it's interesting. That number is being highlighted to me. Not always the case whenever I say that about the pickup piles. But tonight it is. And, you know, friendly reminder, threes talk about actual divine communication. Love and light, Yasa. So yeah, we got 3 piles tonight. And you know what? I almost was like, I don't really know how I should have titled tonight's pick a pile messages, you guys. Here's the sitch. There's heavy, like I am not lying. There's heavy significance to the animal kingdom, spirit animal also coming through, right? But just to be clear, this isn't just a pick a pile message like from those sources of aspects of divinity that backs you. It's much more than that, as it should be, because you guys are super duper connected. I mean, if you found this channel, you're part of this collective, it's a no-brainer, right? So there's that. I was like, you know, you only get so many words, so many characters for the title. And really, I did want to highlight the significance of the animal realm energy coming through. And I just get that this is for a couple reasons, because you guys obviously are connected, yes, but there could be like aspects of like your missions, your existence that also kind of ties into like, you know, maybe even like service of that realm, right? But at least like hella connectivity. Makes sense? So I've gone ahead and I've picked out the markers from one pile to the next. Okay, conversed with spirit, your spiritual guides, your spiritual guidance team, inclusive of source, to be clear. Okay, no worries. And so I do have markers for piles 1 to 3. But then there was like this really neat thing that happened where I have also, for anyone who like maybe just cannot for the life of them find something out of any of the freaking like 3 piles that we have tonight that you can resonate with, I definitely have an overarching overall message for anyone and everyone connected to this particular collective. Okay. And it's not a doom and gloom message, to be clear. Love and Light QB1115. But you're asked to, as the marker states collective, proceed with caution. And here's the sitch. All right. Continuing in line with the spirit animal realm, inclusive of the spirit animal totems, right? Love and light, little sunscreen. We've got the following. For the collective, irregardless of whether or not you resonate with any or all of the piles tonight, all right, from 1 to 3, this is just still your message, all right? I love to keep everyone included, if that makes sense, okay? But we had bear, armadillo, and antelope come out. And you know what? Those A's and the B are kind of significant as well. All right. So we talked about divine number 3, literally talking about divine communication. Okay. So to be clear, we're talking animal realm, and I need you to know we're still talking spiritual animal realm. All right. Definitely all aspects of sovereignty and divinity are coming through to be highlighted. So it's almost like if you want to think about a bear, right? Let's talk about it. It's like, well, the bear that we're literally talking about would at least have this like golden ray of like sparkles around it, right? Like something really like special here, okay? Because so too are you. Not that you're necessarily sparkly if you don't want to be. Who doesn't want to be sparkly though, guys? Like seriously, I have questions. But I digress. But just, you know, really standing out as like not your average. This wouldn't be like I'm trying to say Yogi the Bear. I almost said Smokey. Maybe there's some significance to Smokey the Bear too coming through. Um but you know, it's like something that stands out beyond what you've seen with your natural eyes, perhaps, right? And so please don't forget that you too stand out that way, and not in the sense of like, oh my gosh, I know I can't help it, it sucks, right? But in the sense of like, yeah, you do, you badass, right? Like in the most highest vibes, you know, context of the word badass, to be clear. Um, but this bear, okay, symbolizes a strong source of support in times of difficulty and adversity. And I don't know if any of y'all maybe could resonate with difficulty and or adversity. And I'm here, especially if you do resonate with that, to remind you this too shall pass. Love and light, Fiona. Yes, I think of you every time I wear it. I promise, babe. Thanks for noticing. Um, and thanks for coming on. Much love and light, you guys. So okay. So it may be time for you, however, right? And we're always learning lessons, right? We're either coming into a class or coming out of one, right? Graduating nonetheless. Right? But we're all somewhere on the path. So we do have to cover certain aspects of this, all right? It'll be all right. And so right now, you guys may be finding that, you know what, guess what? It's high time, if this is you, that you stand up for your own beliefs, for your own truths. All right. No one can have those in place of you having that. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, for instance, like you can't go to anyone, you shouldn't, right? And just automatically believe something, anything that just they believe wholeheartedly, right? I tell you guys all the time, study to show yourselves approved, right? Use your own intuition. It should never trump any reader, anybody doing or saying anything, to be clear. You're here to live your life for you through you, right? Um, but there's like these aspects of learning that are expected of us. Okay. And you know, standing up in the throes of perhaps what might feel like a passionate dark time, not in the sense of ooh hubba hubba, but in the sense of like you know, you're facing fears, you're overcoming fears, you're facing truths, you are perhaps allowing new truths to be, you know, laid hands on, perhaps, right? And this takes a lot of strength as well as confidence. And you're here to learn that, yes, you do have strength. And yes, you do have the ability to choose to be confident in spite of perhaps facing said fear. Okay. Now, where the path gets really dark is if all of a sudden you're illusioned or disillusioned into some believability that you do not carry that strength and you will never, ever have the ability to action out through any level of confidence. That would be a travesty, a tragedy nonetheless, right? And again, that's partially why the channel exists. We can't be having people out there rocking without their crowns. The crowns don't come off. Yes, they slip around a bit, perhaps. They get tilted, okay? Maybe need to be brushed off, shined up a bit, okay? But that divinity stands, you guys. And when you really lay hold to that understanding and that level of believability, your life really changes for the better, okay? And so, even though you're going through the throes of this passionate, dark time, perhaps, I'm not here to word curse, I'm here for those that resonate with this, for this part of the message, you guys. I got something for everyone, just saying. You know, you need to know that you are protected during this time. Okay. You're entering a phase, though, where you are expected to be in alignment with your intentions. Intentions at what? Well, obviously, you've got great intentions. You found the channel. Makes sense. So you're not waking up going, who can I screw over today? Right. I get that. But intentions about creating your highest vibrational outcomes, the life you want to experience, not just the one that seems like it's thrown to you. You know what I mean? And being intentional about not falling prey to the illusion, which might be that same crap people are trying to project onto you to be like, this is your life. This is you. This is your identity. These are your dreams, hopes, wishes. And, you know, and it's like, well, wait a minute. You know, you shouldn't be taking that off the cuff or even, you know, with face value, as it were, if you didn't check with self, if you didn't go within, right? Like, could you imagine if somebody said, hi, how are you doing today? And Trust me, I get it. A lot of people ask that and they don't actually even wait for a response because they just never cared. It's just something they do to make themselves, I guess, feel good, or at least in their minds, their warp perception look good, right? But could you imagine, just for this particular exercise, if you will, right? If somebody said, "Hi, how are you doing?" And before you could get a word in edgewise, they're still standing there, but instead of standing there waiting for you, your reply, they just reply for you. "You're feeling miserable today, aren't you? I could tell. I see it in your eyes." And for you to be that type of person that goes, "Oh, I didn't really think I was feeling miserable, but since you said that, I guess I should," it's like, no. Like, you need to have the ability to go within to find the ability to action out that says, "I'm feeling however that may be." Maybe it's not the best day for you. I get that, right? But it wouldn't be a very profitable, productive, passionate also comes to mind type of life or lifestyle if you have this mindset about you that I'll just believe what someone else is kind of, regurgitating back at me kind of thing, right? It's a lot more spicy when you kind of like have at it your own ways with your own free thoughts in this experience that maybe we're sharing with others. And we have to say that because right now in this current dispensation, you got a lot of timeline shifts and splits, and you're multidimensional, so there's that kind of too. It's not even a three ring circus. It'd be kind of like this multifaceted holographic one in the skies. You know what I mean? If we were going to try to verbally track down what all you are and what all you got going. Hopefully that makes sense, because you guys are a lot and it's kind of hard to explain at times. Just saying, okay? This life is far more spiritual than you may realize. It's much more than meets the eye. And I think that's what was trying to come through earlier when I mentioned that this bear, if we were talking about it in its most literal form, even energetically, it would most likely appear kind of holographic and with that gold sparkle sheen around it, right? Something so unnatural appearing, you might say, right? And there's like this like sidecar message coming through where it's like, yeah, if this is resonating, get ready for more of that. Not in the sense of like seeing bears or holograms even, right? Not going to restrict it. You could just, right? But in the sense of understanding, like, get ready to like see hard, tangible evidence of how this life just really isn't necessarily what they say, or even maybe what you in your previous versions of self in previous timelines, or at least moon cycles, may have thought that it was. It's not always, how like they say, like, all that glitters ain't gold. Well, just because you're used to understanding certain people, places, and things, right, to be certain categories of people, places, and things, does not necessarily mean that in current energies and going forward that that's going to remain that truth as you knew it. Okay, so I'm speaking in code. I really hope somebody's getting this. But while you are protected, and while you are being tasked with utilizing strength and things like confidence, okay, you're also being told to get moving. It's high time. All right. Some of your intentions need like actioned out. Okay. Some of your actions, same deal, need perhaps intentioned out, at least actioned out just the same, towards making your dreams reality. So, understanding you are the observer. All right, love and light. I've much love and light. Thanks for the hugs, babe. I really appreciate them. Send them right back. I promise. Much love and light. Um, so why would you be tasked on top of everything else, though? Here, collective. Let's actually think about this. It's almost given like, some of you want to maybe say like, why the hell would I, on top of everything else, have to take action towards making, of all things, my dreams come true? It's like some of you are like, I'm trying to pay the bills, right? Here's again, going back to like, life isn't really like so cut and dry, especially now anymore, right? It might actually literally at this point make more sense to kind of think more in line with the illogical section of things, because that might be the new logic. Go figure, right? Explosion. Okay. Just saying. And let's dumb it down for a little bit, and then I'll get off this. Kind of makes sense, you guys, because hear me out. If you were going to make the kind of money right? The kind of influence, the kind of change, right? You probably would be like having to focus more towards your dreams, goals, and wishes fulfillment, and less towards paying the bills. Hear me out. I'm not saying don't pay bills, to be clear, right? All I'm saying is, especially if you know you were already trying to pay them, then get with the program here and get into the believability that you already can experience what it feels like to have those bills paid. Whew, the relief, right? You wouldn't be like, oh my God, oh, the bills got paid again, right? Doesn't make any sense, does it? So if you really believe that, okay, we talked about like divine protection, we talked about sovereignty, we talked about multi-dimensional realities and access. Mm-hmm. You get where? Okay, so if you can wrap your head around keeping a maintained sense of believability about who all you are and what all backs you, all right, that is the action. Really, it's not even about going to the bank asking for the $50 billion loan. Like, I'm so serious. It's really just like, hey, build the foundation of, yes, that's a possibility. And it's my reality. Because it's a possibility, I now know that it is a reality of mine. And just enter into it. Allow yourself. Some of you need to give up things like bitterness in order to do this. I'll give you that, right? Maybe even towards selves, not even other people. It's like, oh no, my aggressor, my abuser, no, they just had problems. How about yourself? Well, I should have known better. No, gone are those days, right? Because when you're in that type of mindset vibration, you're not in what we're talking about is expected of you now. And you got to get going. Okay. You got to get to the higher vibes, right? Not even simply and solely in the sense of, hey, man, literally in the sense of like the believability stance. I don't need to wait for some sort of after effect based on my believability, because I know that my believability has already created the after effect. Who cares if I can see it to the left or to the right? Who cares if I don't know how long, right? It will be from one point to the next. And those that know and that are getting this, you also know the other side of that same situation is, I'm not waiting. It just already is. I'm grateful now. I'm not going to wait until I'm not going to hold my breath until I'm not going to hide under a blanket until no, you're going to get into the decisive action that it is what it is. And what are you creating with that? Where's your believability in that? What does your believability actually produce results wise? Even logically, you guys, I challenge you to think of that even logically. Okay, let's talk about it. Well, I want to have a better life. Okay, claim it now and be grateful, right? Okay, I claim it now. Okay, I'm grateful now. But then 5 minutes into it, you're all like, I don't know, it's been like 7 minutes. Not even been 7 minutes, it's only been 5, honey. You making this harder? Yes! If you're in that mindset, yes, you are. It doesn't matter if you're guy, girl, what have you. You would literally be making the manifestation, the dreams to reality ratio all the more harder. Okay, so don't do that. Yeah, confirmation. Don't be that one. 1828. Please be kidding. All right. The amount of people that get this, okay, the amount of people that resonate with this, it's like proceed with caution, because you got the cheat code, because this shit is going to hit the fan in the most glorious ways. And we're still talking dreams, goals, wish fulfillment. We're still talking money, like bank, right? We're talking influence, we're talking wealth and health and all that jazz. Everything you came here for and more, because you don't know everything. You're not here to know everything always and always. So take the pressure off, right? But proceed with caution, because you are tasked with using your discernment. And there goes that coursework, that classroom drama, right? On Earth School. But literally, you have everything you need for this path to graduate this course. All right. So for graduation day, it's literally already a thing for you. Okay. Until you're kind of fighting back at this, talking about, I don't know, was it me? Was it me? I don't know. How about now? It's been 7 minutes. And it's like, dude, it's the 3-minute mark now. Like, it's not even 5 now. Don't be that one, you guys. Okay. Just believe and allow that believability that you definitely carry. You have the choice to choose, just saying, to set that mark, to start building that foundation. And guess what? You're not here to build the rest alone anyhow. You could never, they wouldn't let you. It's not a thing. Okay. That's how supported you are in this. So again, not a doom and gloom message, even though we had to talk about proceeding with caution. It's really talking about use your discernment. All right. If somebody comes to you and saying, no, I think this way. And you know, in your heart of hearts, maybe you don't even know why, but you're like, there is this strong urgency to explain that, like, that's not the way. That's not my truth. Right. It's like, again, going back to that Kim Rizzo statement, that may be true, but not on my timeline. You don't have to make agreement in spirit and or in truth to things that don't benefit you, don't serve you, aren't desirable. All right. And it really sounds illogical. I'll give you that. But try it for 30 days. See what happens. Okay. See how, like, not sorry on the other side of those 30 days that you will be. Okay. See how grateful too. But just start trying to produce that gratitude now, because you don't have to know always, like, why you should be grateful. You should just always be at the ready, grateful in some kind of way, you guys, because we all have things to be grateful for. I mean, even if you want to attribute them to being small things versus big things, I don't know why you want to shoot yourself in the foot like that, because really this life isn't that black and white. 3 people could say that's a small blessing, and 1,500 others, I would live for that blessing that you take for granted, right? So work on that. Okay. Just not calling anyone out. No, I don't have anyone's names or faces in my, stratosphere here, just saying. But that's what I have for everyone tonight. Okay. Aside from what I got to get into with these 3 piles. But I'm going to go ahead and take a pause and just try to allow that to sit with my spirit too. Okay. And you guys, the bell has rung. If you know what to do, you may do so now. If you don't know what to do, check the description box for the rules, babe. Because if you're not playing the rules, you're not getting a freebie. Just saying. All right. I love you though, either way. All right. Let's see here. I'm not sure what your question means, babe. What do you mean by receive? Oh, will I receive? Okay, wait, hold on. Will I receive recognition awards for my current company? Hold on 1 second. So interesting, because, like, if I'm just gonna do, this is for you, Yasa. If I'm just gonna do a yes no, right, I would have to stop it at the no. You guys know this is like a pretty crappy card. Like, nobody raises their hand to be like, hope I'm next in line for that energy, right? And the bottom of the deck at that time, Yasa, was this beautiful divine breakthrough assistance type of energy, right? There's a lot of emotion there, though, right? It's like, as great and as glory filled as this cup is, there's still all this emotion represented by water. It's giving deep sea type of energy, right? And of course, this kind of energy also has kind of the same sentiment, a lot of emotional energy, right? I ask Spirit to clarify this energy of the 3 of Swords, right? Usually talking about heartbreak, nothing good, right? Betrayal, even. And of all the yeses that we could get, not that this wasn't brilliant and beautiful enough, okay? We have the 3 of Wands, okay? It talks about literally rewards for hard work, okay? Literally the recognition. So I don't know if this is just a caution to really kind of like trust your own intuition and not so much some of the emotions that you're facing. Because here's the thing, you guys, I mean, this is Yaza's reading, but like anybody can get this. Emotions can actually lie. right? And sometimes it's just because of a skewed perception. Others, it's because of fear, right? And other times it can be because other people like are projecting, not so well wishes onto us. Makes sense? Not so well energies and or emotions onto us, right? So you do have to this kind of ties in with what we've already gone over tonight. Really trust that intuition. The intuition should trump emotion. Hopefully that makes sense, right? So I don't know if you're kind of getting yourself into like I'm trying to I'm trying to think of words that I don't want you to think I'm picking on you, Yaza. It's almost like, how like you can get yourself so like worked up that you start like getting a little bit miserable or like down in the dumps, like, oh, just forget it. I don't even want to think about it. Ugh. Right. And it's giving like at least anxiety kind of thing. I'm not a doctor, I'm not diagnosing anyone. I'm just saying. So watch that, because the whole time it's like your perception of like what might be is really rocky and like maybe even like dark at times when you're thinking about the very things that are coming towards you and you want, right? And you got to watch that. Anyone who can resonate with that, including Yaza, of course, right? Because you don't want to actually be punching away, or fighting off the very manifestations, rewards, recognition, like you're asking about, Yaza, or just anything that comes to mind where it's like, you're deserving of. All right. So it's like your yes is a yes. Um, but there's also something coming through about like, hey, good thing we didn't just stop at the no. Do you know what I mean? Because that Three of Swords is not the best card. Like, ugh, just even aside from a lover's reading, the Three of Cards is, I mean, it talks about grief and sorrow, nothing that anybody wants to sign up for, babe. So Yasa, don't be putting yourself through the ringer. It's okay not to know. And so if you kind of get worked up in the sense of, well, I don't really know, like I don't really know, I don't know, then start celebrating how you don't know and get out of that energy, babe, because to stay stuck in that, again, you're kind of given that punching bag effect. And I'd hate for you to feel like, you're not supported whole time. You're just kind of like a little bit in your own way, right? So congratulations. All right. Love and light, Samantha. So yes, check the description box, babe, for the live stream rules for the free ones, okay? But love and light. Let me see who else is in here. Love and light, Dorella. Welcome. So yeah, we're doing the free readings, and we just finished up with Yaza's. Much love and light, Yaza, and congratulations again. And so let me see. I think we are. So you can get a free reading according to the live stream rules, Samantha. Yep, just check the description box and follow along the rules, please and thank you. Okay. All right. In the meantime, you guys, we're going to go ahead with pile number 1. Okay. So 27.50 for pile number 1. And here's the sitch. Oh, let me be like fair. Hold on. I didn't even give the markers. So pile number 1, your marker says 1 wipe, WIPE, closer to greatness. 1 wipe closer to greatness. All right. So that's pile number 1. Pile number 2, luck is coming your way. Luck is coming your way. That's pile number 2. And pile number 3, no doubt about it. And you guys, you could have your energies in more than one pile. They could be all up in all of these piles. All right, just saying. And for those, like I said, that are already going to be like, oh, I don't know, it's not resonating. We already did your message. I'm so serious. I'm like on one tonight. Like everybody's got served. don't try it. All right. So pile number 1, 1 wipe closer to greatness. All right. So this is your spirit animal message and then some. Okay. And it's really talking about next steps, what you're supposed to be focusing on for right now. And that also this too shall pass. So listen up, stay focused. Okay. You got to clean. You got to make space, babe. Too much clutter. Too much. It's too much. Okay. This is a serious sign. Space clearance is immediately needed. Environmental space or personal space or both are being affected. You're being asked to release. Okay, I don't know how plainer, you gotta declutter in the most physical sense. And also it's giving mental and spiritual because it's all connected. Just saying, right? If you look around the room and you can't see anything because you're seeing everything, I'm talking to you. Okay. You gotta release the ish because otherwise, okay, that ish is holding you back and it's in the way. I don't know how plainer to say it. All right. Love and light though, but do this. Okay. Now here's the sit. Whoever I'm talking to, overwhelm is an understatement. Okay. This, you don't, usually don't show up graduation day to walk across the stage like this, even if you had, your shirt on or whatever. Right. Okay. Um, you don't normally walk slumped over. Okay. And also simultaneously are viewed as actioning out in that strength and confidence. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's giving like overwhelm, just detached, like if not even intentionally, all right, could even be avoidantly, just checked out, just glitched. I'm not coming for you, but this is serious, okay? The whole time, the whole time you've got with the celestial realm and consciousness, all right, let's talk about it, because this ain't just the animals, and so hopefully y'all see what I was trying to get at before I even got into this, right? The whole time this is you, this is your community of support. I know that there's not groupings of people here. Uh-huh. Do you need groupings of people? No, no. Because you know why? Because you've got you and all of this freaking support. Okay. Now, you guys, you maybe didn't get what I said when I said it, right? But this life is far more spiritual. And we're going to talk about the conscious as well as the spiritual aspect. They're connected, really no severability. There could be unawareness of these things, which is why we talk about them. But also we talk about them because they're hella friendly reminders. They're reminders that empower, enlighten, strengthen, and fortify. Makes sense? And so, hello, okay, straighten your crown, because remember how you got one? It might have slid around a bit. Maybe it's dusty. All right. Maybe your hair is a little mussed. No judgment, only love and light. Just say, but fix this, okay? Because you are too much, okay, to be living and walking and breathing and talking like this, whether you're dressed or not. Just saying, okay? Could be some significance to tattoos as well. You got to release, babe. So the animals that we have to talk about for your pile tonight, here, pile number 1, all right, are salmon, seal, dolphin, rabbit, coyote, frog, and last but certainly not least, a turtle. All right. Those could be of some significance. I just mentioned tattoos. Maybe there's some significance to tattoos. All right. We didn't say it, but I'm hearing wolf. We did have a coyote. Could be a wolf tattoo, WLF. For some, doesn't have to be the case. All right. You know, all right, whoever this is, you know that you have to, and maybe you would even subscribe to wanting to do this, whatever and whatever this is, the decluttering, right? And there's varying degrees to this. Nobody needs to out anybody's anything, all right? But please, don't act like you didn't hear the message, because whoever I'm speaking to, you already know this. In reality, go figure, okay? But we're talking about this because this is what's going to help get you there. You know where to go as far as point A to point B, right? You know, you've already assessed, like, okay, so point A, this ain't given, right? I'm used to it, sort of. It's uncomfortable. Maybe it's stinky, right? Like, who knows? It's dusty, you sneezing, okay? Just saying, could be a whole host of stuff that's causing a whole host of other stuff. You know what I mean? And so when you get to the point B side of the coin, you go, yeah, there's freedom there. Like, I probably could dance or could bend a lot more, maybe do some yogas, right? Maybe unblock some of the chakra cons I got going, right? Like, it's you, yeah, sounds great. It's feeling good, okay, when you think about it, all right? But here's the sitch. With the salmon energy, you gotta not just think about it, you gotta be determined to action that out so you see not only the light, not only the imagined release, right? No, the actual fruit, the harvest of the sacrifice. Now, this kind of goes back into some of that illogical nature of current energies, where it's almost like you kind of got to play backwards day to make shit make sense, right? Oh, what you talking about there, love? I gotta give up. I gotta sacrifice for freedom. Yes, you would not be the first. Just saying. Okay. But in this case, it's like the most highest vibrational outcome of freedom, because it's not one that just, people said would be freedom. This is real. All right. You should fuck around and find out. Just say, okay, like whoever this is, okay, because the situation is if and when you do not take heed to this message, if and when you stay in the stagnant energy where you're still going, I know, I want to, right? Then you are, and we talked about watch, with this proceed with caution energy. We already talked tonight about watch what agreements you are making. This far more spiritual. So if and when you say, I know, I'm okay with the I know part, the point A. I'm okay with ground zero. I'm okay with stagnancy, right? Then you're agreeing simultaneously, go figure, to allow for your creative expression, your artistry, and perhaps your craft to essentially, you want to talk about sacrifice, be ripped away from you. Because if you don't use it, perhaps you do lose it. If you don't use it, perhaps you don't lose it, but a lot of people lose the opportunity to experience it with you. And that might be part and parcel of your freaking soul contract. Do you get away without repercussion when you've already made agreements in spirit and in truth to do things, produce things, be things, experience things? I don't think so. Joan of Arc comes to mind. Just saying, okay? Now here's the sitch. Okay, so with the salmon, all right, you're being asked to maintain the sense of believability, okay, to the point where you are determined and maintain the determination to walk it out, baby step it out, okay. Another way you can continue to kind of get this momentum built up about this is to make it playful, fun, inner child time, okay, whether you like dolphins or not, all right. Should you make a situation that, I don't want to word curse, but feels like some of you might say it's hard, it's it's long, it's a long process. It's not necessarily just snap of the fingers or picking up a stick and boppity bam, right? I get it, but at the same time, you want to make it more harsh and bleak and grueling. No, that's where the inner child is needed. All right. If you're saying you don't have one, you're funny. Okay. Because yes, you do. Just like that crown of sovereignty. There's no severability. But again, avoidance comes to mind and blockage comes to mind. And this might be why you have some of the clutter you're being asked to release. Okay. Just say it. Your creativity should be in some form of peak at this point about some project, a few projects, a business, a few businesses, something, fill in the blank, because it's a general collective still, even though we're doing pile number one, just saying, okay? And rabbits could be of some significance, all right? But this also, with this fertility, I mean, you could add like maybe some other stuff popping off besides business. You know what I'm saying? Like a bambina comes to mind, like maybe, you could have had other focal points in the experience that we call life here. If you make different choices, you can get different outcomes. Just saying, right? Right. Okay. So, Coyote, wise fool, accept your follies and find the teaching in them. So, this is not a doom and gloom message. Nobody's going, yep, divine spirit animal totems and all said, you better just start hating yourselves right now and give the fuck up because there's nothing else for you. Who even said that in the back? Like, seriously? Like, are you freaking kidding me right now? Because, like, no, we don't even do that here. It's not even, like, reality in any of the planes. You can check, okay? Don't be that one. Learn and keep moving, okay? But golly, you better damn sure clean out the clutter. Making it clear, I did not make this card. I don't have any affiliation with the deck and or its author. I am the messenger, all right? Whether you like frogs or not, you are to clear out the freaking clutter, all right? It's going to bode you extremely well. It's giving win, 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 win. You just got to stay determined to find out, okay? Whew! Accept the calm, all right? Here's the sitch. When you are in this energy, All right. You're not accepting the calm. You're succumbing to some form of pressure that you are either focusing in on that may be there. I'll give you that, right? And or you are making shit worse by focusing in on, you see what I'm, you see when you make different choices, you can get different outcomes. You maybe still have to do the same work, but you could get different outcomes regarding things like, I don't know, time frames, efforts, pleasurability at doing the same work. So when you realize, okay, let me just not just work, let me just work smart, not just hard, right? You start implementing like the retraining of the brain here, because the retraining of the brain every time on the other side of doing that work just as well. Okay, we're in a lot of coursework a lot of times. I know it's a lot, but you don't stay stuck in this energy. I can't say the energy never comes, but you don't stay stuck there because you know, hell no, that ain't rolling me. I can feel it, I can face it, and it can move the fuck on. And I can stay determined. And I can clean this clutter. And yes, I can. And really, truthfully, you can plug in cleaning the clutter and swap it out for anything else you're looking to do. Just saying. Okay? The choice would be yours, though. All right? So don't fall for the hype here. This is what happens when you fall for the hype. Nobody, I can't, it's not going to work. They said this, the deadline is blah, 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 right? Because you can instead, just the same, about the same situations, about the same debts, about the same whatever, fill in the blanks here, understand who the fuck you are and what all backs you, and focus there and be grateful about that there, to the point where you can't ever in good conscience again walk around in this kind of energy, knowing who you are. Ignorance is not always bliss, huh? Go figure. Go figure. So that's what I have for pile number 1. And just to be succinct about it, like you don't already know this is your pile, just saying. Just to be succinct about it, we're going to get into the name and chart placements deck. Or I mean I say the name. The initials and chart placements deck, okay, for the collective members that may have resonated with that. All right. And this is not, you know, for anybody to feel called out. It's for you to receive the confirmation of what you already know and implement it, because again, it was not a doom and gloom message. It was a message very much about, hey, you want your manifestations to come in? Hey, you want to honor your soul contract? Hey, you want to be creative? You want to have fun? You want to have joy? Do you want to experience life? Do you want to be alive? Right? Do you want to stand up straight and be confident? Right? I love when you guys stand up straight and you're confident. It's hella sexy, just saying. All right. So we didn't really get any chart placements out other than Pisces, which is now at the bottom of the deck. For pile number 1, we've got J, whether first, middle, or last name, O, H, Q, and S. All right. Much love and light, you guys. Gosh, I felt like tough love, but man, it was definitely love nonetheless, to be clear, not a gaslighting session. You guys, if the divine didn't believe in you, there would be no cards. There would be no confirmation of what you already know. Makes sense? So please don't be the one that beats yourself up. That would just be a waste of time. It wasn't even on the menu. It wasn't even in next steps. It wasn't on the agenda. It's not a thing. All right. What I do recall was that wise, what was it? The coyote. Oh, where did I put? Oh, hold on. They're showing me that card and I don't know what it said. Here it is. The wise fool. I was going to say wise coyote, but it was kind of the same difference, right? Accept your follies and find the teaching in them, right? Just because you realize, oh, I've got these tendencies or these ways about me, doesn't mean simultaneously you have to be like, oh, I've got these tendencies and these ways about me, and there's just nothing I can ever do to change it. That's not the truth. Unless you're telling yourself, and ultimately the universe, because you are a divine badass to be able to do so, just saying that, yeah, that's the truth. Why would you do that? Don't be that one. All right. All right, let's see here. Let's see here. Love and light, Dorella. Oh, who else is here? Love and light, Spoonie. Okay, so this is for Dorella. Yeah, this could be somebody, I don't know if they got them. I mean, usually the Empress, I mean, yeah, it's a yes, right? But the Empress often is like a mother, someone pregnant, okay? This is the most yes-filled, truth-filled yes out of any tarot deck for me personally. All right, and that's on the bottom, just saying. So, all right, that's what I have for you, Dorella. Much love and light, babe. Okay, now let me see here. Love and light, starry night. Love and light, country love. I skipped Sam. Okay, let me. Okay, let's see. Oh, I'm so sorry, babe. Okay, let me see. Oh. All right, well, that's 2 questions. I'll try to get an answer. Hold on, let me see here. All right. Ooh. Do you like wish fulfillment, Samantha? That's what's coming your way. Now this, with the 4 of Pentacles coming out of the deck and the wish fulfillment on the bottom, kind of makes me think maybe you've been hoping it's a certain somebody that's coming back around, and you know this. Just saying. What I don't like is, why are they a page and you coming out like that, though? You know what I'm saying? Just because somebody's coming back around, is that the greatest outcome? Just because that's who you want to come back around, is that the greatest outcome? Ooh. When this person comes back around, if you don't want to bambina, you might want to strap it up, wrap it up before you tip it up. Just saying. The Empress came back out with the 9 of Wands. So there's a lot of passion there. I'll give you that. Okay. This person could be watching your social media. Okay, now let me see here. So that's what I have for you, Samantha. All right. Sorry I skipped you, babe. Was definitely not intentional. Okay, Starry Night, I see you. Okay, let me see. Ooh, wait. Will the tower moment come? Ooh, let me see here. Are you claiming a tower moment? Like, do you have to? Well, I don't know if you have to claim a tower moment, but you damn sure have to learn a lesson. Okay. So it's giving a yes, all right, regarding heartache energy, right? Feels like tower moment. But here's the sitch. Have you been going within a lot more, or did this tower moment assist you with going in a lot more? All right. Is this assisting you with making more balanced choices? All right. You guys, the divine will use things like money and love to teach us some of the most huge lessons. All right. It's sometimes even unavoidable, just saying, right? It's divine, right, role, and strategy makes sense. Divine is the ultimate strategist. So it's like, hey, what are you already paying attention to? And we'll use that to teach you. You know what I mean? Let's see if this is like a forever thing or what. There is going to be some sort of cycle that's going to have to, like, either be entered into and closed out by you, separate and apart from this person. They too could have work. Just saying. I mean, you're here asking, so I'm like, you know, heavily focused on your energy. But at the same time, I do see that there is a way, probably not right away, for you guys to move forward. Here's the other thing I'm getting, though. On the other side of you actually doing this cycle away from them, you may not feel the need to do that. Because you could have a new love. Someone more aligned with that new version of you. Yes to the yes. I mean, yes to the split. But I asked if it was a forever thing, and I got, doesn't have to be. Can you hear me, Starry Night? Like, I'm like, where is the message going to? Hello, hello, hello. Like, woo wee. Can you hear me, Fiona? I'm like, I served Samantha up nice. Samantha has no awareness of this. Okay, I'm just making sure because you guys, when I like catch and release these messages, they're not memorized. So like, don't come for me if I can't regurgitate. I'm not pulling these out of my armpit. Just saying. Okay. Thank you, Fiona. Thanks for hearing me loud and clear. I just thank you for that tangible evidence that someone has heard me loud and clear. I appreciate that so much. I just need you to know I really appreciate that because whew, I just like to hold on to these moments in time. I tell you what, it just, rare gems are just so beautiful. Oh, that could be Spoonie. Spoonie, sage your shit, bro. Cause that could be somebody in a different timeline just around. That's given spirit, but not like you could have overheard someone else's conversation in the spirit that may not have even been at you. And that's what I mean, you guys. Don't make agreements. Like, could you imagine if we're sitting here and all of a sudden something comes through the channeling, something comes through, our own giftings. I'm not even talking about me telling you guys stuff, right? You're sitting here, all of a sudden you hear like Spoonie said, I'm going to teach you a lesson. And you immediately transfer that to you and you immediately magnify it. Now you're on high alert. You're out of baseline energy, which means you're out of alignment with your highest vibrational timeline. After effects can occur on the strength of that. And there's a lot of people, places, things out there that know that. And so, of course, they're hoping you're going to take that and run with it. Do you know what I mean? When in reality, if you're using your intuition, right, not your emotional response to something like a clear audience situation, right, then you go, that's residual energy, perhaps. Or you go, okay, I'm hearing something in the spirit and nothing to do with me. And I'm tapping the fuck out. Like boundaries, thank you. Like, you know what I mean? Live your best life, you guys. Because man, there's some people out there, I mean, they could literally, and I mean, what comes to mind too is like the children. Like I watched a few of those episodes of, I think it's called Psychic Kids. I think it was on LMN network. Forgive me, I'm not sure. But like some of those children were like frightened because of things like that, and it took people that had to like help them to be like, listen, you have such a thing as boundaries. And that's why we talk about boundaries, boundaries, boundaries. I know some of you are probably sick of hearing it, but it's a thing that really needs to be explored, like on the daily, the weekly, maybe the nightly. You know what I mean? Like for a lot of people out there. And if and when they're not exploring that, grave things can happen. So I don't mind talking about it. I also don't mind having them and allowing others to see what it's like if and when someone has boundaries that are healthfully in place. Because a lot of people have some toxic ways about themselves, hell, even some codependent ways about themselves, and they like to tout them as boundaries. And that's not really the case, when you know how to do this work and kind of cut away some of the bullshit and a lot of the emotionality, you can really get to the clarity. Oh, that's not my truth. That may be true, but not on my timeline, kind of stuff. And you really start slipping into your best life, your highest path. All right. It was a good show. I wish I could actually get with those people, or like, because there's like a program too. There's like a school. I would love to go there and just like learn some things that, we're all here to learn. So I'm never going to be like, yeah, guys, guess what? I was today years old when I found out I know everything. Yeah, right. If I ever say that, if anything comes on trying to say I said that shit, please know that's not me. Or if it's me, I'm not okay. I know that much. Exactly, Spoonie, and that's exactly what, like, because those children would be like, I never had that experience where it's like you wake up and it's like 17 dead people are like, help me, help, like, oh, like, like underneath the blanket. No, I never had. I've had other experiences, but I couldn't imagine, just even like Kim Russo, I think that was her experience too. Like she was just like scared to go to sleep, scared to wake up, and it's like I couldn't imagine I feel like that, I mean, how could that not be overwhelming? And then to be a child at that, you know, it's just, you know. And you're very welcome, Samantha. Oh, you heard it in a silly voice. That's good. Okay, okay, let me focus here. I just realized, oh, we're doing the readings. Okay. You guys, you know, you don't have to give me much of a reason. I'll go squirrely for no reason, like all over the place. All right, so I think Country, I see you. I think you're next. Sorry if I skipped over someone. I will come right back, I promise. But let's do Country. And thanks for reposting, babe. All right. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah, that is a very passionate and happy filled type of yes. Okay. So if you're questioning, like in the sense of like, okay, I've been doing these gigs, I've been placing like my time, my worth, my investments into doing these, and you're not yet seeing it, it will come. All right. There could be some significance between now and 4 months, though. Just saying. Okay. I say that because we've got the 4 pentacles at the bottom. All right. But I mean, this was the yes coming out from the deck, and this was your yes on the bottom. Just saying. To be clear, it's a yes. All right, Country Love. Much love and light, babe. Okay, you're welcome. Oh yeah, the Hat Man. You mean Spoonie? Do you mean about the Hat Man in like whenever you were a child? You mean with the briefcase and shit? I've heard like a few children talk about that. Like it's like they'll say like, oh, actually happened to my kid a few times. Like it'll be like a silhouette, and it's like you can see the man has like a hat, and then he has like a trench coat type of thing, and then there's like sometimes like a briefcase, and it's always like a side profile. I don't know, but I don't know if he's literally called Hat Man or not. But I know like a few of the kids on that show, Psychic Kids, talked about it. And when my kid was like, I'm trying to think, how old was she? I think she was like 3. She's always been like very like vocal and like very mature for her age. She's like an old soul, old AF. Um and so like we would have talks. I mean, not in the sense of like she was like, and then I turned to the left and ball, like, but I knew what she was saying, and I knew enough to believe her, because I was like, okay, so I definitely, again, boundaries. You have to claim your space, you know. Can't be, that's the thing, you know, just like that I want to get off of this because we still have 2 other piles, but this feels really important. Where the heck is that? Oh wait, hold on. I'm tripping. Hold on. Oh crap, crap, crap. Oh, watch that be the one card I was looking for. Oh no, okay, we're good. When you're talking about boundaries, even referable to claiming space, you cannot walk around like this. Like you cannot have, you know, it's one thing to be meek and mild, but at the same time, like even with boundaries, you don't have to be all like, and I said blah 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 boundary. I will kill you with my boundary. Like, no, it's not. It's just very matter of fact. Like, this is the thing. This is my awareness. This is my truth. This is the timeline that I'm like, you know, you just are very matter of fact with it. Like, this is my space. You have no rights here. And knowing simultaneously you don't have a reason to fear. Like, you don't. You could tell yourself, I don't know why you would though, because then going back to these agreements, you guys, then you're agreeing to be in a position that is a weaker state than your resting baseline calm, peace, and serenity state. And notice there's no like ba 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 in calm, peace, and or serenity. You could just be matter of fact. Like, this is what it is. I am that I am. You know what I mean? And really just mean that and just be resolved in that. Your truth. It's very important. Okay? Because when you live out understanding that aspect of truth, that's when you can easily live out and action out, any part of the path in strength, as well as that self-confidence we talked about already with pile number 1. Love and light, Queen Goddess. All right, let's see here. Okay, let's see if you know. Okay. All right, then we're going to get to... Ooh. Ooh. Are you guys fighting right now? Is that why you're questioning? It's a yes. All right, this could be regarding a man older than you, somebody who's a business owner. Doesn't have to be the case. I ask about this because this is kind of getting in the way of the star vibes here, as well as the 10 of Pentacles. I think that someone needs a little bit more clarity on the other side of this snafu. Could be you, though, with the Hermit energy coming out. Just saying. All right, from what I'm seeing in the cards. And again, this goes back to, you know what, the divine being ultimate strategist, they often use what we care about to get our attention to learn these lessons about self. And it's not meant for punishment, it's meant for empowerment. You know what I mean? Because on the other side of you learning these or remembering aspects of self, you become in a much more stable state, okay, regarding things like how awesome you are, how lovable you are, right? Regarding things like what you are now, because it may not be the same as the past versions of you, tolerating and willing to tolerate in a connection of any kind, okay? I do see communication coming in on the other side of a period of, do I want to say rest? It's almost like I'm getting this thing about like two people that are like good people and they could make this work, but one person is still needing to gain a little bit more aspect of clarity and insight in order to believe. It's almost like in order to believe that they can have this with you. It's kind of sad. It's bittersweet. It's bittersweet. But you do know. So that's a yes for the Queen Goddess. As it should be. All right. Describing your energy makes sense. You already know. you know. So take that confirmation, babe. Okay, now let me see here. Yeah, you would see him every night. I would tell, listen, I mean, to my own detriment, I would tell my parents everything. Like, if I knew how, I mean, I'm not coming for you. I'm just saying, like, unless if maybe I didn't know, like, depending on what age. But I literally had to tell my mom that somebody was touching on me, and then I had to go to the police station and talk to the district attorneys. Like, so, like, I know, at least in this incarnation, yep, I would tell. If I knew how to tell, I think there's a lot of shit that happened to me before I could tell, and I think that's partially why when I could tell, I told. The first person I told did not want to believe me because it was her paramour at the time. But thankfully, that version of my mother did at least step up to the plate to make a report about it. And, because that guy, if he's touching on me like that, I wasn't the only one in the community. Ugh. Anyways, you're very welcome, Queen Goddess. Sorry, I just went drama. Okay, let's get on to pile number 2, shall we? Okay, now pile number 2. Could be some significance to the number 777. And it makes sense because we're talking about luck, right? Whatever that means for you, okay? I really, on a personal note, don't love the word lucky so much. I love to feel lucky and have experiences of a lucky one, I'm sure. But be mindful of your perception of that, because you can kind of box yourself into some believability by accident. That goes like, well, I've got to have luck to be lucky. You could just start calling yourself lucky now and be grateful for being lucky. Just the same as being blessed, if you want to say that instead of lucky, right? So it's really about perception, you guys. Maybe that's some aspect of tonight's pile for you with this free spirit energy. All right. And this, what's this even say? Change of direction in the reverse. Hate that for you. What are we talking about? A free spirit would have a change of direction in the reverse. Yet they've got the dragon power coming through. Maybe some of you are subscribed to being connected to the draconian type of energies. Doesn't have to be the case, right? So we've got, as far as the animals here, again, the horse, the dragon, and who is this? This is Uncle Chao, CAO. I don't really. This is a Tao inspired deck. All right, the wisdom of Tao, and we've got Uncle Chao here. Speaking of change in direction, change being favorable, intuition alerting you that change is approaching, and that now is the time to act, and that now you must move in the reverse. Okay. But yet you're this free spirit. What are you talking about? Okay. It says, reach for it. Signs of good fortune are all around you. Oh, you lucky one, you. Luck is coming your way. This is current energies. These are timeless messages. So whenever you stumble across this, this is your path. Okay. And good on you. It's a good one. All right. But we got to talk because your crown needs straighten a little bit. Just saying. All right. Long story short, your intelligence and resourcefulness are empowered by heavenly inspiration. You're being called to act just the same as pile number one, just maybe in a different way. Okay, but we all got our something, no judgment in lane. All right, I don't even want to hear it, see it in the comments. Just saying, right? And you know, like a free spirit, you'd think like maybe like the energy is soaring. And the funny thing is, with the dragon power card, it's talking about just that smooth soaring up ahead. Huh. So it's giving change is inevitable. You're being stubborn about this. Let's find out. It says, you are blessed with innate courage and tenacity. Uh-huh. Didn't we talk about a little something about that tonight too? Friendly reminder, you still got it. All right, just saying. But your greatest challenge, okay, is in current energies. And that is to refrain from self-criticism and doubt so that you allow for success. Are you trying to self-criticism and doubt yourself into the ground? So you just like it there in the miry clay, in the mud. You just want to put your head underground. Is that it? You're free though. Remember we talked about perception? It's a choice. People can call you delusional. That's their choice. But the whole time they're making their choices, you got your own to make. And you could be really living the life of a lot more freedom and a lot more soaring to higher heights than what I'm seeing in your current energies. And I don't like that for you. You should choose differently. Just saying. Okay. So you could subscribe to being in the dark night of the soul, a purge of sorts, okay? Because I'm getting something about the yin yang coming through, whether that's like a tattoo, something iconic for you, whether you do subscribe to, you know, aspects of Tao wisdom that you're implementing in your path. Go on ahead then, honey, because I'm not really seeing the balance out. All right, that I would see if you were like mastering that. Not coming for you, it's just don't give up and keep going, right? Um because the whole time like you're being prepped, primed even to birth something, whether in the literal sense. I'm not necessarily getting that though, just to be clear, but you could be pregnant, all right? But you're here to produce. You're here to even just give off energetic frequencies of a certain variety, right? You can't just be living all willy-nilly and thinking all willy-nilly and talking all willy-nilly and hit some of those markers energetically, because you know energy don't lie, people do. So like the energy, the frequency is really significant for you right now. Don't you want to live in the free zone, right? Where you can, even if you are dead weight like a dragon might be during its slumber, you could still soar at your own choosing. Okay, because you can just choose a different perspective. All right. I'm not here to blow smoke up anywhere, but the thing is, just because you know that you're not where you're going yet, doesn't mean that you have to be in some sort of lull, in some sort of like barren energy about the fact that you're not there yet. Do you know what I mean? We talked about gratitude for a reason. It's kind of implementing, supercharged energy into the situation that already exists for you, into the path that already stands. Okay. And I get it. A lot of you could be feeling burnt out here, pal number two, because you're like, you know what? I was that one. I told everyone that, their dreams and hopes and wishes. And, maybe some of you are like in the business, right? Like maybe you to make your own content, maybe you to uplift others, guide others, right? And it can get a little much, right? Because you're still navigating, you're still cultivating your own path, all right? Even if that's not the case, you've got others around you, and maybe they too are assignments, or maybe some of you think some of them are assignments when they're not. I'm mentioning all of these things because they're all part and parcel of this package of beings out of the collective, anyways, that will resonate with pile number two. All right, so make sense of it as you will. But right before you kind of like give birth of any kind, right? You're kind of tired. You're kind of in pain. You're kind of freaking, fighting against the grain of, full on panic, perhaps, right? It's like, how's this gonna, it didn't pan out like I thought, how's this gonna end? Will it end well? You're being guided. Here's another bear for you, just saying, to stand your ground. All right. Stand your ground. There's no giving up now. Like those that can resonate with, physical birth. You don't get to say, no, I'm just going to clamp down. This ain't happening. Forget it. It's off, right? It's like, no, the baby's coming out, whether down that chute of yours, or being carved out of you. Like it's gonna be a thing, right? So stand your ground. Here's the thing though. On the other side of the birth, you're not asked out. You're not even like scrambling for money. You're not even trying to figure out a way to like do this, that, and the third. You're really super blessed and super lucky because remember, it's already coming. The lighter, brighter energy. See how like sunshiny this whole cube is? It's not giving dark, dense vibes where you're just like asked out. Now, here's the thing. If you're feeling like, but love, here's the sitch. I know when I look to the left and I look to the right, it is dark. That's because you're lit ablaze, okay? Like, and some of you are lit ablaze because, like, you're really in the throes of that purging, right? I get that. But at the same time, it's happening for you, not just to you. And you have the choice to think yourselves into feeling empowered about that because it's your truth, all right? So stand your ground coming out. We've got Beaver with productiveness. Just go, it says go ahead and just do it. All right. Nike, somebody's name might be Mike, Michael, Mikey. I'm trying to say Nike. It might be of some significance. But even the beavers, like they don't go, oh my, we have to create a whole fucking dam. Jeez, I got 3 sticks. Oh, I'm gonna have to go back for 39 more times 12, right? Like just to get this one room out of the whole embankment set up so I can climb back in it to build the rest of the back end of the dam. Golly, right? Big time and energy waster, right? Just saying. And I mean, even if you want to say, oh, well, beavers, they're built to build dams. So what of it? You know how many times you enjoy doing your hobbies, right? But if you had to do them, this is giving like creator vibes. It's like if you had to do them all the time, right? It's just even like with tarot, like I love to do. Don't get me wrong, I love to come on here and read your cards and everything. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, could you imagine if all of a sudden I expected myself to just do the cards round the clock? Eventually it would feel grueling, just saying. Just because you can do it doesn't even necessarily mean it's something easy, even if it's something you love to do, right? So even if you want to be all like, oh no, that's not a great example there, love, because beavers love to build dams, so what of it, right? Who says that on the particular day they realized, gosh, we have to do this, that it was like the day they had picked out for the week? You know what I mean? And speaking of picking out stuff, we've got the strategy coming through, the strategy energy on this opossum card. All right, it says have a backup plan. From that one, I just kind of got through the channeling that, maybe there was some apprehension because it's like, again, going back to the I was that one. I got groups of people together about their own hopes, wishes, dreams, fulfillment. Were you pouring into your own cup though? Because I've been that one where I'm like, listen, you got this business. All you got to do is bing, bam, boom. They're all like, yeah, I never thought of that. Bing, bam, boom. It's like, yeah, I'm all celebrating. Next thing I know, I'm realizing like, okay, the time, the hours, the manpower, and just the creativity I could have put into my own shit. Because those same people that were like cheering with me because I was cheering with them were not willing to cheer with me for my wins. We're not willing to sacrifice their time, efforts, energy, resources for my wins. Do you understand that? So, there is some balance. You can have as many strategies as you want. You can have as many backup plans as you want. If any of that, okay, whether they're talking strategies or backup plans, is born outside of the realm of balance, it chances are may not be successful. Make sense? All right. So take from that what you will. All right. But that's really the truth. All right. Here's another turtle, you guys. That's so funny. From one pile to the next. I feel like we had. But it says retreat. Stop trying to make something happen. See, if you're not in the balance, right? Maybe you're all like bull in China shop about some things that just should not be on that to-do list. It shouldn't even be part of the itinerary, let alone part of your imagination to do. Like pouring into other people's stuff, or even, expecting yourself out of other people, out of any source outside of you, right? It's like, no, that's danger, red flag, no go zone. Don't do it, okay? Because if anything, you're going to pretty up your path and have a much more enjoyable experience if you just kind of shoot your energy to you, shoot your creativity to you, shoot your cheerleading section vibes towards what you got going on for you, okay? Than it ever will be you trying to go and, being someone else's something to use, honey. Just saying, okay? Or the Geiger, what have you. So stop. Okay, if you're in alignment, shit is going to be easy. Not in the sense of that you're not doing hard things, but in the sense of the alignment. It's like, wow, that almost supernaturally happened. Or like, wow, that was kind of easy, even though it was like this big project, or even though like you usually can't get somebody like that on the phone. Boy, they just picked right up. Alignment, right? So be mindful. We've also got elephant coming through. Resolve. You will overcome many obstacles. So on the other side of this, tweak and perception, choosing differently, trying again differently so that you're outside of the realm of imbalance, yes, but also insanity, because we know the definition of insanity is trying to do the same thing or trying to expect the same thing over and 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 over again, and expecting a different result. That's not a thing, right? If you do the same thing, chances are the same results will be what the results were the last time. Makes sense? Okay. And you've got this adaptability. Maybe there is some aspect to, you really feeling the need to be in your comfort zone where you can expect shit to just be a certain way so that you just know what you're doing. You just feel like you've got good footing at this. You're not here to know everything always and in always, baby. I don't know what to tell you. No one's exempt from that. Okay. We came here with veiled energy. Makes sense. But I personally like to take some solace in that, because could you imagine, you guys, if we were expected to know everything always and always with as much ignorance as we can carry in any one moment, right? Are you good? Um, so there's that. But adapt to the changes that are happening. Again, they're happening for you, not just to you. All right. And there is some significance to the dream state. All right. Some of you are being guided to rest a little bit more. All right. There's a lot that can be going on depending on whom all you are, what all your needs are, what all's in your contract that you literally have to lay it down for, right? Like I was watching something recently where somebody, I guess they had like an inordinate amount of nap time, and they just slept for like hours and hours. They woke up with this amazing ability to sing in some like very tribal aspects. I don't really know how to, I can't remember the exact verbiage that was used. And I guess they didn't have that ability before, you know. It's like you lay it down, and sometimes you're, you know, astral traveling, you are reconnecting aspects of soul fragments, you are you know, calling back aspects of abundance, calling back gifts, calling back remembrances that you are pulling into your now to beautify your now. All right, very important stuff. And I feel like a lot of us kind of need that reminder every now and again, because a lot of us, let's be honest, you've been ex people pleasers. I'm saying X for a reason. Okay, we should all be in the timeline of the X factor for that one. Just saying, okay? Because living on people pleasing lane, it don't lead anywhere pleasant. Abort mission. Just saying, okay? Those people, the same ones, go figure, that you try to please aren't able to be pleased. They can't even please themselves. That's why they expect you to do it. Isn't it weird? Ugh, it's toxic, right? So pay attention to the dreams and visions, because they too will have some tidbits of info, some next steps, okay, for your timeline. And last but certainly not least, for pile number 2, we do have the cougar coming out here. Maybe some of you subscribe to being just that, right? This doesn't have to be the case. But this talks about leadership, and it says, you have come into your own power. Now is the time to take the lead of a situation and be strong. Using the power of intentions, be clear with your purpose and define where you are heading. And remember, where you're heading, luck is coming with you, babe. Just saying. All right. So makes sense, because I always say we are here to learn and grow our soul, such to the point where we can basically each one teach one, right? Because someone is always looking to be inspired by us all anyhow. Makes sense. And as they should, because we are to some degree, all right, here to assist others to be inspired to beautify their own paths. Long story short. Okay. Yeah, the throat singing, right? Oh, thanks. I just realized what you guys were talking about. I was like, wait, what happened to me? I moved on so fast, right? The art of detachment. No worries. I was like, oh my God, what happened? I was like, to me? Yeah, no, thanks. No worries, you guys. I just share as I'm led, like, not because like I'm all like, hey, can you guys feel sorry for me? Thanks. But I love you guys, and I know you're just loving me back. No worries. And if I didn't say so already, you're welcome, Queen Goddess. Okay. What were you talking about? The Watchers. That sounds familiar, but I don't know that I've seen that. The Watchers. Or is that like a Loki reference, Spoonie? Maybe that's. I think that's Timekeepers for Loki. Ugh. Anywho, so I'm gonna do the chart placement and the initials for pile number 2 before I forget. And if you guys are still eligible for your freebie, go on ahead and pop it in. But if not, no worries. The bell will ring again, because we still have another pile to get to. But oh yeah, I never heard of that. I don't know. I really don't even know if I've ever tried to sing in a dream. Huh. As much as I do sing, I don't even know if I ever tried to sing in a dream. That's really interesting. All right. Ooh, we do have some chart placements in this one. Pile number 1 was not having it. It's got like 5 initials and told to be on my way. All right, let's see. Bottom of the deck, we got M. I'm hearing the name Caden. We've got 2 M's, so maybe somebody has a name like Tommy, you know, where you got like more than one M in there. Doesn't have to be the case. I'm also hearing Chang, like could be a last name. But we've got D, we've got C. Maybe somebody lives in DC area. Doesn't have to be the case. We've got A. California also comes to mind. And we've got N and G. All right. So those are the initials. 2 chart placements. Are you ready? Drum roll, please. No, let me stop. We've got Capricorn and Virgo. Don't mind me, you guys. It's okay if you're asked out, Spoonie. No worries. I get that sentiment too. You're like, I'll just I'll just enjoy the present. No worries. Ooh, let me see here. Let me see here, Fiona. Oop. Oh my gosh, your dad is like so hilarious. Like I literally like I don't want you to think I'm like talking about him, but he's so funny. Your dad is like he must just be in like on like cheerleader duty or something. But you know what? When I check into your energy, you're not this might be why he's on cheerleader vibes. Oh. Okay. Well, hold on. I'm feeling all the feels. Hold on. I gotta get it out. Okay. All right. Let me ground. Okay. I almost grabbed this deck earlier anyway, so let's use it. Wonder why I almost grabbed this deck. But anyways. Hold on, Fiona. Ow. Got stabbed. Oh my goodness. So, okay. Man, let me hold on. Oh, sheesh. Okay. All right. All right. So, Fiona, long story short, I'm just getting a few things, so bear with me. So like, I looked into the cards and I see in current energies or just a trend. I'm not trying to word curse, so to be clear, be mindful, I'm trying to speak in code, so I'm not like overshooting the verbiage and then causing stagnancy for you. But I do see this lack of like your sense of your own capability. It's not even just worth, it's like your capability. You're being deserving of receiving. You're being deserving of change in a positive, pleasant way. And your perception on that being an easy reality for you has not been a consistent thing. And that needs to change. And we do talk about that often on the channel. I'm not calling you out. And really, there's some work that you and your dad have to do too. So to be clear, this is a yes about the energy coming from your father. And in like the most intricate yes ways, okay? Because, and I just said this a few moments ago, that this is one of the yes you can get from any tarot deck, but with that yes came the Emperor, the father card, right? I've got the Ace of Wands underneath it. And when I ask for clarification before I deliver the rest of this message, I literally got the card of enlightenment, clarity, and yes, okay? So this is the message. It is not your fault. Your dad is asking you to continue to go within, okay? To continue to do your spiritual work. So shadow work comes to mind, but also like just infusing your own vessel with the energy of like, you're amazing and like you're so strong and capable. And he is wanting to let you know that he's going to be with you during those times, and you doing those, because it's not just like you sit down and do it once, to be clear, right? But when you do this work, okay, because he's feeling hella responsible. And I think your dad's so up your ass spiritually because of that. But this could also be connecting to karma. Okay. Now he's saying, I'm there. This card is saying, I always give you a good night kiss. Like your dad is wanting to assist you with healing some of these wounds. And he's saying, I'm learning over here. Chills on the, I can't even get it out. Ooh, okay. Thank you. Okay. Hold on. Thank you. See, he watches over you every day and he's connected to your thoughts. The mental space is not giving what I'd like to write home about for you, especially me knowing who you are in spirit and in truth, Fiona. Not coming for you, right? So he's basically, this is kind of cute though. He's saying like he's learning over there and you're friendly reminder learning here. Okay. But he wants you to know, I'm sorry, please forgive me. He's always there. I think this is also coming through because he's like, can you just please allow us to do this work? Can you please talk to me in the ways that you would have to talk to me in order for us to do this work? Can you just open that part of the wound so we can clean it out together? Can you just make time to seriously pour into you in like a very intentional and emotional and energetic way, right? Where you just sit there and you just think about how, did you guys ever do this? I mean, this is for Fiona, right? But like, did you guys ever do these exercises mentally where you're like standing in front of yourself and you think like, okay, I love myself so much, I'm just going to give myself a hug. And it's not even in the sense of how you can just sit there and be like, yeah, I love me and I hug, but you realize the blessing that it is to be in your presence and to be able to embrace you in a physical way. And simultaneously you realize that those people that have physically been in that existence or that experience with you missed the mark. And it had nothing to do with you. It had everything to do with how wonderful and amazing and lovable and powerful and impactful and such a light that you truly are. And I don't even know if these people could ever even come up with the words on the other side of thoughts like that, because quite frankly, for them to have the thoughts like that, they'd have to really put themselves in a different position, a different light, you might say. Okay? But this is why I tell everyone who will listen, when you do this work, man, you are pumping yourself up. This is more than like in Super Mario Brothers, like they eat the mushrooms or the coins and they level up. Way more than that. Way more powerful than that you are. Even on your worst days. Even in those days where you're making lesser than maybe desired choices. When you're fighting out of the crab buckets and barrels, when you're fighting out of the betrayal, the rejection perhaps. And this is for Fiona and anyone else. Okay, you see what I'm saying? So when you really start to love on yourself the way that you would almost pay someone to love you, and when you realize that you can do it, and you know you can do it truth filled, not just lip service, not just smeck service, whatever kind of, I don't know, I can't even keep up. But anyways, then you really walk in that empowered state where like you literally have boundaries that just don't take you outside of the calm, peace, and serenity zone. You just are matter of fact, like, I would absolutely not bend or bow, as well as cast my pearls before swine. Thank you very much. Love and light. Right? Like, you don't have to be all ba 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 about it, because there's just too much truth there. You don't really have to scream out truth. Truth just is what it is, right? Truth is impactful. Truth is powerful. Truth is knowledge, and enlightenment, right? And you can allow that to serve you, and that can serve you far greater than anyone outside of you going, oh, baby, honey, I love you. Oh, you look so great. Yes, it's nice to experience those things, of course, right? If you've ever experienced it, maybe write a book so the rest of it. No, let me stop. Let me stop. But I'm just saying. All right. So, and you know what? You can't be so serious all the time either. Like, if you're always waiting for the ball to drop, are you experiencing the rest of the year? Right? New Year's may be of some significance for you, Fiona. That's coming through. Maybe you have a goal there. But you're being guided into this hermit energy, babe, strongly. And daddy wants to work. All right. Some cycle you got to close out. And I know it's at least involving that mental state. Because he's saying you the star. Go ahead and let the rest of that shit lop off. All of those wounds can just be prettied up. All right. Into something that doesn't hold you back anymore. Okay. Yes, he's saying, I don't even want to say that, but yes, I just read what you said. Ivo. No, usually if Ivo's around, you just hear that echo in spirit. Ivo, Ivo, Ivo. No, let me stop. Was that you at 3:33 this morning, Ivo? Oh, there's a lot of love surrounding you. I just think that a lot of times when we're in these meat suits, right, whether guy, girl, what have you, there's like pressures, lack of knowledge, there's like cultural expectations and like, yeah, I'll just leave it at that. And so like you can't, it's almost like your dad was not as expressive about inward stuff or maybe emotional stuff the way that he's like freely. It's almost, it's almost how like you guys will hear me say like, I'm happy to talk about it, I'm happy to say how I'm different. It's like he's coming through to be like, I'm different, like I know stuff now, like I'm better now kind of thing, and wants to help. Okay, because he's not gonna leave you alone, babe. You know what I mean? Cancer Moon, you can check the description box, babe, for the pricing for the readings. But if you're asking about the free tarot while we're on the live stream, same deal. Check the description box and look for the live stream rules. Follow along, and I got you. No worries. Oh, he's coming across. It makes sense because on the other side of the veil, you would be able to keep your energy about you such to the point where like you wouldn't ever have need to hide the inner child. He's coming through with a lot of like creative expression. Maybe there's some projects you two can work on. Maybe there's some giftings that he didn't know about in the meat suit and incarnation that you knew him to be. Because I mean, that's a thing, you guys, right? Like, if you've got more than one life, you've got more than one skill. Makes sense. We're not here like always as the accountant, right? Like we're not here always as the painter, right? But yet an accountant could also have painting abilities. You know what I mean? So there's that. No, you're fine. Don't be sorry, Cancer Moon 69. No worries. I tell anyone who'll listen, don't be sorry unless you gotta. You know what I mean? No sense in walking around sorry. Especially if you don't have to. It's not really a great feeling to be actually like sorry. If you think about it, you know what I mean? So, but yeah, that's what I have for Fiona. And your father, boy, he's pretty, like, he's letting you know, like, I cut it to it again. I see all of your thoughts. If and when you're having dreams about him, pay attention, because he's giving you gems. But he knows that, I mean, if you're on Earth, there are earthly worries, you know what I mean? And so I think he wants to help take the pressure off. It's kind of like how you go, I wish I had someone who gets me. And the crazy thing is, this kind of falls in line right now, Fiona, with what I was talking about, current energies. It's almost like something so illogical. It's like, oh, of all the people on the other side of the veil, you're gonna what? Go to your dad for emotion stuff? And it's like, yep. It's all like, where he wasn't even emotional when it is like, yep, he is now. Like, it's like that opposite day effect. I'm telling you, I'm picking up on it, man. And he's saying, I'm standing right next to you, and I got chills before I could even get all that out. And y'all know, for me, the deal with my guides is that this card don't come out for anyone unless that's literally the case. Just saying. Whoa. Just saying. Pretty lively with the energy there. Oh, you know what? You should get like a little cupcake and like, I don't know. I think you should just really start integrating like as if he's there, like, because he is, you know what I mean? But like also be like he's there, but like he's the 2.0 version, like not just the restricted, unenlightened version. You know what I mean? So it's like an even better time. Let me stop. But that just makes me think of like the Golden Girls when Rose's husband died and it was like her birthday. She still was there with the same cake she got every year and made it a positive thing. It's not like she like cried into the cake and like downed a fifth of alcohol with it. You know what I mean? Like it was like this is how we, keep the fact that life doesn't really end in a more tangible way, especially if you know that to do that assists you, Fiona, and anyone else who can make sense of it. Whatever, you don't have to get cake necessarily, but just honoring. It's kind of like the whole sentiment of like Day of the Dead. It's like you honor those that are with you anyhow in spirit and in truth, especially those that deserve to be honored in spirit and in truth. And your dad is very much trying to be like, listen, I'm part of your team. We've got work to do. I want to help. You deserve help. Get into that feminine receptivity energy so that you're not overarching the masculine. And then you wake up 30 years from now going, why do I have to do it all by myself? Why am I, like in this boat? And it's like, because energetically painstakingly, maybe unknowingly, but energy don't lie, right? Kind of created that kind of path. And once you know that, I know you're strong enough to just make the change there. Not that it's an easy change and not that it's a one and done, Fiona, or anyone who can make sense of that, right? Okay, let's see here, Spoonie. Ooh, hope not. Let's see here. Ooh, oof. That's a yes. That's a yes. And this will, oh my gosh. Sweeney, why'd you ask that? No, let me stop. Sorry. I'm just like, can we not talk about travesty and tragedies more than we already have tonight? Yikes. Well, I guess you predicted that, huh, Spoonie? Lovely, Laura. Okay, now let me see here. Cancer moon. Okay, let's see. Okay, let me see. Ooh. Oh, the X kept predicting. The X is the X for a reason. Right, Spoonie? Right. Right, Spoonie? Right. Just saying. Anywho, I'm trying, babe. All right, regarding this promotion that I'm already claiming for you. The deck is a little quiet, so 1 second here, Cancer Moon. I just didn't want you to think I flew past you there. I'm trying, babe. Hold on. Whew, this is... Hold on, because that's too many. All right, here we go. Ooh. Why is this the same card? Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Let me get this other deck, because I don't like that. Why would it be the same cards? Oh no, it's like the same. Okay, here we go. Woof. Phew. Got me working over here. Okay, Cancer Moon 69, right? It's a very celebratory yes. It's giving it was worth it. Maybe it didn't come in right away, right? Like you said, you're thinking after years it's time to move on. But it's almost giving you're going to be recognized to be promoted because you've been there. It's given all my life. All right. I mean, this is giving like you, with this King of Cups energy, I just get you should have had an intuitive hit or a download about that there could be change. This should be a confirmation message about your victory here, about your wish fulfillment here. So with that Four of Pentacles, it's really talking about stability. Oop, 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 oop. Yeah, you could be getting with the Lover's energy. Communication, all right? About yes, your yes is yesing, and it's a happy yes, all right? No need to walk away. Unless you want to, you can do what you want, right? You could walk away and go somewhere else and be just as great. It's really what you want, you know? Yeah, as I say that, look, employment opportunities. So if you're thinking like, okay, that's well and good, right? You get the promotion. Is that enough to stay though? You might want to explore other opportunities. You don't have to be stuck in anywhere that oppresses you, to be clear, just because they're going to add another bell or whistle to their oppressive nature, or, you know what I'm getting at. Lovely NSF225. Welcome, babe. Okay, let me... Ooh, Puerto Rico. I've never been, you guys. I gotta get there. I want to go to Puerto Rico. I want to visit the DR. And I want to go so many places. I'd love to go to Paris. Oh. I've been watching videos about over there. I'm like, okay, it's a lot of... But the only thing with Paris is like, man, I can be like very sensitive. So I'm not sure how I do with that amount of like catacomb energy. Only because New York kind of gets to me, and that's not even like an open catacomb situation. There's enough going on underground around it that I can feel it. So I don't know. I'm trying to think of that name of that freaking movie. I think it's called, was that Barbarian, where they were... That's gonna bother me. Wait, hold on, you guys. Was that Barbarian? I'm not sure if it... Wait, let me see. Barbarian. I don't know if that's that one. Wait, let me see. No, it's not. Wait. I'll have to find it. There's this one movie. Was Mark Wahlberg in that movie? Hold on. Because what? The way Mark Wahlberg has like 59 gabillion movies just to search through, I'm not going to take the time, but... Ooh, wait, was that it? No. Crap, I cannot. I don't even see. There was this one movie and they were like in the catacombs searching for like buried treasure nonetheless. And they literally went into like, I forget how the credits read. It was like they literally went into like aspects of the catacombs, but it was like a very limited access, and it was like extremely blocked off. Like the way they filmed it, I'm sure it looked like they were just like in there gallivanting around. But like they did show, like if you watch like the ending credits and stuff, how it really was kind of thing. But I was like, the way that just everybody knows that there's just like all them bones and stuff down there, and then like just to walk around on it all day and night, like in gay Perry. I don't know. Like I have mixed feelings. All right, let's see here, Laura. But as far as like the Eiffel Tower and like the romanticism, the art, like of course, you've got a yes here, Laura, with the Empress. Okay, yes at the bottom of the deck with Wandage. Why is this on repeat though? It's so funny. Wasn't that last time with the Wandage and that, Laura? Why every time a yes, even regarding judgment? So I don't know what you got going on there, babe. Is it Uncharted? Wait, stop. Wait, hold on. Could it please be Uncharted? Wait, hold on a second. Oh, okay, hold up, because thank you for the Uncharted. That's the Mark Wahlberg movie that I was talking about. But I think there was another one. Wait, hold on a second. Oh my god, guess what? An Uncharted 2 is actually officially in development at Sony. What? And that had what's his name in it? Did that have Tom Holland? Yeah, okay, this is cute. We could. That's not the. That is one of the ones I was like, hey, if I can't find this other one, let's talk about this. But that's not the one. Man. Ooh, they got another one that they're actually gonna. I wonder, because I was like, okay, I know they could, but like, will they? And I think this was also, if I recall correctly, before all the strikes and stuff. So I was like, I don't know if this stuff that they even set up to come back around was going to swing back around or not. You know what I mean? Yeah, Tom Holland, he's cute. I wonder if he's going to, I wonder if everybody's going to be in it. You know what I mean? Like, I wonder. Shoot, I'll watch. I don't have to pull my arm. But yeah. Go to your parents' place. Let me see here. I mean, I got a yes to eat me. It's so interesting though. Like the King of Wands came out, but then the Queen of Wands is at the bottom of the deck, and I'm like, huh? So I don't know if there's some balance out there. Maybe could be work there for you, or this could be talking about parental figure vibes. Could be some form of way to kind of like come up abundantly, like if you could like go home, as it were, right? Stack up some money, perhaps. Maybe just test the waters with some communication to see if that works. Eat me. Or I mean Spoonie. The catacombs, yeah. I just, this is kind of really morbid too, but I also wanted to, and actually DC came out interestingly for one of the piles, but I never made it to the not to be triggering you guys, but like there's actually a museum about the Holocaust in DC. And I wanted to go there, gosh, since forever ago. Like I really do want to go there. And there's like apparently this room of like shoes and like other things collected from like the victims and stuff, but people are like basically like the way it smells and like the way that like the stuff looks and stuff, like it's like memorable, I'll just put it that way, because I don't want to be like triggering or like offensive, but that also comes to mind when I think of the catacombs, because I go, oh, I don't know, it probably has like a must to it, just saying, like, because that's a lot of bones, just saying. And it's, I don't know, I have questions. I don't know. Ugh. But I mean, I've heard nothing but fabulous things for the most part. Like if you're speaking the language there. About like the cuisine and like again, like the art scene and just visiting some of the iconic places. Gosh, I'd love to. I'd love to get up in that room that I guess there's like one room in the Eiffel Tower where you can stay. I don't know, I think they do like make a wish type things there too, where like certain kids can, like it's something where like not everybody goes to be able to book there. And I would imagine it would be like really expensive if you were actually paying out of pocket to stay in that room that's inside of the tower. But I don't know. It just looks neat. I'd like to go. I really do expect to be well traveled within the next few years. I'm claiming it. Oh, you know what, Fiona? You may need to really kind of have a good ugly cry session, babe. I just saw that. I'm gonna try to put the deck away. You know what? It's so interesting the way that people, like, some people do try to avoid crying, and I'm just like, it's so cathartic and healing and necessary. I just, on a personal note, I mean, I don't like if I actually, and my, to be clear, like, I grew up being told, stop that crying, you're feeling sorry for yourself. But I just have always been sensitive, and I've always been as communicative about my sensitivities because I don't really like being sensitive when there's like these other factors or working parts to it kind of thing, right? So I just learned at a very young age that, like, I mean, crying is necessary. Like, how would you release? Some people will refuse to cry, but they'll like fuck a lot. You know what I mean? And it's like that's not really even the same kind of release. You're just, and it's not necessarily the safest type of release. Like, I feel like you usually don't come up with like, some sort of disease off of a tissue the way that you could off of some other people's tissues. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know. We've all got our something, I guess. So that makes sense. No judgment, you guys. I just, on a personal note, I don't understand why somebody would just like never cry. I don't even understand why other people are told to never cry, because it's just not healthful. It's not even necessarily logical. I could see if somebody like had an issue where they just could never stop, right? That's why we always talk about how feelings can lie and they're not to rule us, right? You can make choices there too, but balance is necessary, and release is part of that balance, if that makes sense. Yeah, I mean, I have some of those dark nights of the souls, man. I've cried so much that I literally had to like put like special like creams underneath like my eyes because the skin had just been wet for too long and then wiped over um for, just as long. And it can be uncomfortable in certain other respects as well. But I think overall it's necessary. I mean, how would you tap into your feelings? How would you tap into much of what's going on and not feel some sort of, I mean, there's a balance, of course, but there is always dark as well as light, right? So if you're tapped in, you would understand that much, right? And so I feel like if you are finding yourselves fighting off tears, you should get to the bottom of that. Why? It's okay to ask why. It's okay to ask any question, right? Um, what's not okay is for you to not be accepting of the answers, right? Whether they're, coming from, you simply and solely or others, right? You ask a question, maybe you get a response you didn't expect, you didn't desire, right? At that point, you don't get to just have a temper tantrum about it, right? It just is what it is, right? And so when you're asking yourselves questions, of course, there's even more freedom there to receive on the back end things like answers as well as resolutions, the way I see it. Yeah. When you start really, praying and meditating from a place of being empowered, this is why we talk about, hey, there's no separation between you and divinity. Your crown might slide around like the tilt-a-whirl as much as it wants to, right? Maybe there's some significance to amusement parks. There's that inner child energy looking to pop through, though. But it's never not a thing for you. Like, you still connect back to source, life force energy. And when you start really kind of like taking out some of the emotions, and sometimes you do have to do that by feeling them so that you can release them, duh, right? Then you realize, like, okay, this too shall pass. Like, I understand that I'm here with purpose. I'm not here by accident, and I'm not here to be asked out. You stop a lot of the desperation in those prayer and meditation sessions, right? You stop praying out of a vibrational frequency and mindset of lack. oh God, I don't have. How would you be without and in lack when you connect to God? You know? And it's like Spirit told me the other day, it's like, do you believe, I've got my own shadow work to do, collective, to be clear. And it's, the question posed to me in Spirit was, do you believe in a God who can but just won't? Who can do and be all things, who has access to the all in all, who is the all in all, and just will not back you, will not assist you, will not protect you, will not love you. And if that's your truth, because sometimes we can be in that mindset of, yeah, that's, oh, I found out that's the case. That's exactly what was going on. That's exactly, then you've got to make the choice. What will you now do? You should just best correct yourself and correct your course there, right? Because otherwise you're making an agreement in spirit and in truth to be in that lack and to be in an experience, a life, you might say, where you believe in a God who will not assist you, though God can. Now, what kind of life is that? I get that when you think of man, human, even human nature, that often is the experience. All right. But at the same time, those people are part of the experience to assist ourselves, go figure, with being enlightened to the fact that we connect to divinity that does back us always and in all ways. We are not here to do much of any one thing alone, always and in all ways. We are never alone, and we are never not loved, and we are never not supported. However, if you are in the throes of believing, I am not loved, I am not supported, I am lacking, that's the experience that you're overriding some other much more pleasurable experiences that are very much being afforded unto you even now, though you cannot see them necessarily in current energy. Hopefully that makes sense, right? Yep, you gotta believe, you know like they say, if you better believe for something, you better believe in something, otherwise you'll fall for anything, right? I think that's a little bit of the sentiment that was shared earlier in tonight's session. All right, so you guys, it's getting a little late. I will again ring the bell. If I skipped over you, I need you to know it was not intentional. I just want to get us out of here so we can rest and start being grateful for a wonderful day tomorrow, because we deserve that. We're creating it now. You guys, I'm speaking in code. You getting this? We're creating that tomorrow is a fantabulous day for all of us. We're believing that, right? But it does take a little time and rest to get from point A to point B. In the meantime, we firstly got to finish this one. So thank you for those that will stick around with your girl. And thank you for those that are patiently going to wait for the bell to ring, that final call. If I've missed you, I need you to know it was not intentional. You are loved by your girl as well as divinity nonetheless. All right. But let's get to this last pile. And I know you want to, because golly, if you didn't resonate with any of the other ones, you should be claiming this one as yours. Okay. Doesn't really matter who you are. And again, the marker was no doubt about it. Leave room for no doubt about this one, okay? What are we talking, pile number 3 at 202.50? Gosh, we've been at this for a while. Abundance. Abundance, baby. Right? Abundance. Don't you want this? Do you believe in your own capability at receiving this? Because you'd have to, just saying. I hope you do. I mean, I'm believing in you to believe in you so that, you do your part. Just saying, okay? You are nurtured, protected, and guided by one of the most powerful deities in Taoism, this card is talking about, okay? Wang Mu. Now, I'm not familiar on a personal note, but I will show you again the figures, features, and that is the name that we were talking about, again, pulled from the Tao Wisdom. The time has come to harvest all that you have sowed. Continue to follow the path that is yours alone, and you are assured of abundant success. It's one thing to have abundance, but man, couple that with success as well. I'll take it if you don't, collective. Just saying, okay? And the other card here, manifestation. So this pile All right, you know what's up. Pile number 3, just say it. It's not a contest, but I just want to talk about this pile because this pile have a lot of the collective energies in here that understand they no longer need milk. Okay, they maybe don't even need meat and potatoes. Maybe you've just ascended to the point where your light bodies are just lighting it up. You don't even chew on dense food anymore, kind of thing. Just saying. All right. It's not a contest. Whoever I'm talking to, you would be like the magus, the magicians of the group. Okay. You understand the spiritual laws and principalities. I'm trying to say principles. And you're connecting with aspects of divinity nonetheless. Okay. Regardless of the name, the aspect. Um, and so you are doing big things. You are currently actively co creating New Earth, which is very conscious based, yes. But just as importantly, and I want to excitedly talk about this just the same, you're doing it for you with you, your path, what you got going on. Yes. You have learned the lesson that you don't really need to water anyone else's garden, unless and until you've actually finished cultivating your own. All right. Now, why is that? Because it does go back to other people looking, other people being inspired. A lot of you have realized that when you actually do for you, you do for more people than you ever could intentionally do for while avoiding your own garden, avoiding your own path, avoiding your own existence, perhaps, right? Some people have put a great deal of identity in I'll help. They just want to be needed, right? They create scenarios even. They go to great lengths to be needed so that they can feel like they have a purpose, that they can belong and that's why they're here. The whole reality and pile number 3, you get it, is to just be here anyways. Is to just be you while you're being here. And that is the prize of the experience. It's not about hitting the next milestone. It's not about the year 3034, right? Like it's out the now. It's all you have, but it's more than what you could ever need as long as you maintain your believability about this and work the programming or rework the programming. Just saying, okay? And this is really talking about those that get this. You're not spiritually wet behind the ears in any way, shape, or form. You've been at this. You've been mastering your manifesto, okay, your abilities. Whoever is going to resonate with this, you almost prefer animals over that of the human variety. Just saying. Okay, I get it. No judgment. But I say that because the animal allies were in the upright position, and the humanity card not so much, right? It's like less is more, right? But at the same time, you need to know pile number 3. We're talking about this abundance. We're talking about your manifestations coming through. You are in portal energy right now. We just had 1111. The energy is still around. You guys can still tap into it. You guys can still believe. There's that word again. Just saying, okay? With this gate energy, it's definitely giving portal. It's giving death and rebirth. It's giving you've had multiple purges. You might say, dark night of the soul, dark nights. To be clear, it's never one night. Thankfully, don't know we survive. That's pretty harsh to be like, yeah, you just get a one and done. I don't think so. All right. And here's the sitch. I was guided to this card, which is an extra card of sorts, but it's got a beautiful message, timely, and it's connected. Just saying, okay? It's talking about being fruitful. It's talking about harvest energy, right? It says the ripening and reaping of rewards you've been working towards. An indication the time is right for positive action. A sweet and juicy yes. And again, there's this no doubt about it energy. Make no room for doubt, you guys, okay? Because that would be the epitome of you really punching back that bag o' manifestations with your name already attached. See what I'm saying? And whoever I'm speaking to, you resonate with being an old soul. Okay. You could know that you have ties back to ancient Egyptian civilization. And irregardless, you would proudly fess up to the fact that you have undergone an extreme metamorphosis. All right. Death, rebirth is necessary for metamorphic type of change. Just saying, whether guy, girl, what have you. And you have done the damn thing to the point where some of you don't look recognizable. the way that you used to exist in previous forms and versions of selves. Whether you want to say you're a shapeshifter or not doesn't have to be the case, right? But you have done the work inwardly and deeply so that the outside has to glow. And I love that for you, whoever and who all ever you are, because it's not just one person here, right? It's a collective. And some of you may be in this energy of not looking like what you've been through, yes, but also kind of young and down, I like to call it, right? A lot of people are going, "Oh, I'm getting older, I'm getting wiser." No, you're giving like, "Go ahead, Benjamin, with your button." You know what I'm saying? Like, go on ahead with your bad self, all right? Appreciate the beauty inside and all around you. This is exactly your call for your now. Now, why is that? Because you've been doing the work, and your abundance and other aspects of manifestation are about to be in your face, in your pockets, in your accounts, in your Rolodex, whatever, in your vehicle, whatever and all ever you're claiming, in your new house, etc., right? And many of you resonate with being that of a healer of sorts. Now, there are many different kinds, and it's not a contest. I'm just saying, if this is your pal, you already know this about you. Okay. Some of you, you've got healing codes in your voice, perhaps. Others of you, you got healing codes in whatever that recipe of yours is that you put your foot in. You know what I'm saying? Make it make sense for you, you guys. Okay. So we've had swan and snake come out. Snakes also make me think of death and rebirth. Swans also make me think of not looking like what you've been through, honey. You got all that grace and everything. You're adding on some sazon of wisdom, right? It's cooking. You cook it. All right. We've got the porcupine up next with this innocence. All right, free yourself of guilt and shame. And I feel like for this particular card in this particular energy, you have done that. Again, you're giving Master Manifester, you're giving badass in the most spiritual variety, of course, but it's giving, okay? And with the pelican, let go of your judgments with forgiveness. I do get that, many of you in your mature and wise ways would understand that you've made, I don't want to call anything a mistake, right? But there's like these choices out there that, and we've all, I don't know. I don't know anyone who would delusion themselves to not know this, but we've all, a time or two, okay, have had choices that have produced lesser than desirable fruit. Um, After effects that maybe were unintentional, right? Whether you want to call that good or bad or not, whether you want to call that a mistake or not, we're really talking about choices. When you dumb it down to like what it is, you go, "Oh, well, we're here to learn and grow our souls anyways," right? Where's the problem? Stop making it a problem just because you don't know everything. When we already discussed, you're not here to know everything always and in all ways. So take the pressure off. Pile number 3, and anyone who can make sense of this, all right? Here's this cougar again talking about take charge, be bold, all right? Walk in that confidence. I dare you. Do you want to know on the other side of confidence, not arrogance, all right? A lot of positive changes made. Again, not arrogance. Just because someone is confident does not mean that they possess an air of arrogance. You have to check the spirit, honey, right? It's giving that song. I forget who sings that. I was like, "What's wrong with being confident?" Oh, I don't know who sings that, but I should know who sings. It's not Sabrina Carpenter. Anyways, um, but the time is now to like boldly own the abundance as well as the master manifester um authority, really, right? Um, and a lot of you, you're healers, you're empaths. Of course, you have empathy with this koala energy coming through. You're being guided to speak less and listen more, right? Some of you need to listen more so that you don't miss as much, right? In the sense of what people are really saying, or in the sense of what you're really looking at, or what you're really reading, right? And others need to just listen more so that you're talking less because the people that you would talk to don't want to see you win, all right? Chosen ones, that's not always the even referable to ancestor energy, you guys. Could you imagine if you thought you could just rock with all of the ancestors when many of them maybe missed the mark and are a little bit jealous, right? Maybe missed the mark and are not karmically contracted even at the soul level to assist your ass, right? Why would you run? You know what I'm saying? It's so good to know that you've got your own capability, you've got your own intuition, and you've got, source code, you've got light force energy, you've got angelic realm assistance, you've got aspects of divinity that do support you so that you can tap in there and magnify that, okay? Because to do anything beyond that is really going to, you're going to shoot yourself in the foot, all right? Speaking of Bambi's mom, no, let me stop. Maybe somebody's named Bambi. Now I'm hearing that Prince song, Bambi. Okay, anywho, moving along. Trust your instincts to guide you through whatever and whatever situations you are looking to pass through, okay? Here's the stage. Don't be over focusing on situations you're looking to pass through with an air of despair, right? While infusing lack into the situation, and then turn around and wonder, where is God now? God that said all would be well. The tarot cards gave a yes, right? But guess what? Whoever I'm speaking to connected to pile number 3, you already know not to do this. And good on you, because I know it's not necessarily the easiest coursework, right? But you've got the spirit of discernment, all right? You've got this Lynx energy about you so that you can look beyond immediate appearances. And again, that ties in with the might be more like opposite day, like it might be more illogical based to make normalcy out of whatever situations you are looking at. And again, tying in with the very fact, all right, that you do have anything that you may need in the sense of connectivity, in the sense of spiritual wealth, as well as abundance, all right? Call it in. Please do not call it in. Hold your breath, sit under a rock, climb under, a tree and wait. Because the second you do that, you're back in the lack, babe. How are you going to wait for something you already have? Make it make sense. You're just energetically putting the block up right there. Like, oh, so because you said the affirmation 3 times in a row, you did the 3-6-9 method. And the second you turn back around, you're going back to the frequency of lack. I hope someone's getting that. Because you're not supposed to be there. Even according to Divine Right Rule and Agenda, especially if you found this message, to be clear. We've got squirrel preparation coming out. Get ready for big changes. Leave no room for doubt about it regarding these big changes. Keep your confidence about you so that you do not fall prey to the illusion. I cannot say it enough. Dragonfly coming through. Calling your ass out, talking about you know who you really are. Because yes, you do. Pile number 3, out of all the piles, is not a contest. You know too much. You're too much. You know you are too. You know too much and you know you are too much. Not to get to the good news that awaits you. The good news that you are. The good news that is your life. You got to claim it. Okay? So, it's so interesting that we should have a turkey when many people are about to have that for a meal for some reason or two, right? Just saying. It's giving no doubt about it, all right, that these changes that are for the better are coming in now. Are you ready? Right? The card says you may soon receive an important but very unexpected gift. Accept this with deep respect. Someone has sacrificed a lot to help you open doors and grow. A lot of things will change for the better. Leave no room for doubt about it. Okay? And for many of you that are going, well, I don't know, nobody would give me a gift. I get that. But remember how we talked back at pile number 1, and this is kind of what I mean, you guys, by your energy being in more than one pile. Perhaps, just saying, this life is far more conscious-based. You've got to believe so that you can connect to the all-in-all that exists for you, that is inclusive of things like divine protection, divine assistance, where you can get gifts and money and windfalls of things you didn't earn and didn't expect. You know what I'm saying? All right, so make sense of that, please. All right, so that you get what you came here for. Pile number 3, and anyone so we can make sense of that. Final call for the bell, you guys. I'm going to check the initials and chart placements, and I'm going to get you out of here because we, you know, we got life to live. Life be life, but it don't have to be in a negative connotation, right? We could be excited about life. All right. It's part of the retraining of the brain that may be necessary for some, not all. But if you want to be on pile number 3's team, you better do that. You know what I'm saying? Because pile number 3 knows about that life. All right. Now I want to see the energy that pile number 3 brought tonight in every pile. Not that it's a contest, but I just love to talk about it. I love to see it. I love to celebrate you guys doing the work. You know what I mean? And what all that means for you when you do that. All right. So we've got Scorpio for chart placements. We've got Pisces. We've got Gemini. A lot of chart placements for pile number 3. And we've got Capricorn energy. One moment, you guys. So sorry. I was just like, oh my no. And for the first, middle, and our last name initials for those connected to pile number 3, we've got L, we've got P, we've got S, we've got G, and last but certainly not least, N. Now here's a sitch. If your shit was not in that particular aspect of the spread and you know it resonated, I need you to just claim it. I need you to just let it resonate. I need you to just marinate in it, you know what I'm saying, and keep it moving. Because you ain't no way after what we've already gone through should you be thinking, well, my initial didn't come out, just like I almost thought it was me. Like, no, it's you. Okay. Matter of fact, let me know your initial. We'll just state it out as facts. Okay. But I digress. All right, let's see here. So Cancer Moon 69, I really hope that you have followed along with all of the live stream rules tonight, babe, because that would hurt my heart probably if you didn't. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is because if you've read the live stream rules, you would know, not calling you out, just saying, I can't play favorites because you're all my favorite. You get 1 freebie per live stream. Okay, now here's the sitch. Sometimes I come on the live 3 times a day. It's happened. Ask some of my A1 day ones. Just saying, okay? If that's the case and you see me hop back on a live stream, okay. It's a reset. You get another new freebie. All right? Because I love you guys, right? But what I'm not here to do is like overwork the situation, okay? So to be fair, I want to make sure at least everyone gets served once. Regardless of the day that I come on or the time. All right. So you get 1 freebie per live stream. Hopefully that makes sense. All right. And I'm glad that this is your first time asking. Are you? Oh my goodness. You're kidding me. I'm losing it. Let me see here. Is that true? Why am I thinking that I answered a question for you? Oh my gosh, your dad just passed. I'm so sorry, babe. I'm like just now catching up on the little box. Okay. All right. So sorry. I wonder who I was thinking of then. Gosh, times like this I go, wait a minute, hold on, because if there's like 3,000 of yous on the live, how am I going to keep up? Whew. All right, let's see here, Cancer Moon. So sorry, babe. Gosh. I know we're not here to be perfect, right? But I really don't want to come on here and be like imperfect to the point where people think I just am picking on them. So sorry, Cancer Moon. And I'm also like concerned, like, what? Why did I give you a reading in my head? All right. You sure you want to read? No. After all that, Cancer Moon's like, nah, I'm good. No, let me stop. I'm glad your initials came out, babe, and that at least something was resonating for you. All right, well, let's see here. Should you get another job? We've got a job connected. Yes. All right. Eight of Pentacles is really giving job, right? And apparently, if you put your, I don't know, resume applications out there, you do get a job offer sooner rather than later. So if you want what you want, will you get it, Cancer Moon? Right? You got to call judgment, just saying. And the way that you were able to express yourself tonight, I'm proud, okay? Because you said, this is my first time asking, right? Be in that type of energy, like, I deserve a new job, right? I don't want to say want, because even then, when you're saying want, you're still in that lack mode, so forgive me. I accidentally said want. But, and just start being gratitude filled for the position that maybe you can't see yet, but you already know exists because we found out about it, right? And think about what you want. Like, don't put in applications just anywhere, right? You've got the upper end on this. It's like, where do you want to work here? You know what I mean? You don't have to settle for crumbs, Cancer Moon. Just like you didn't have to settle for not getting a free tarot reading on the live stream. Do you know what I mean? I'm not trying to make light of that, but hopefully that makes sense to you, because it just happened in real time where you had to, really get real. It's like, no, the reality of this situation, I didn't get a tarot reading. The reality of the situation is I do deserve to work at the job that fulfills me, right? Hopefully that makes sense. Can you save your one freebie to make it 3 freebies a week? Maybe, Ivo. Let me see. What did the cards say? Ooh. Said maybe. Utilize your strength, Ivo. You're very welcome, Cancer Moon 69. My apologies again, babe. I don't know where, I don't know what dimension, I don't know what happened. All right, let's see here. NSF. Okay, let's see. Ooh. All right, so I get this could be soulmate energy. Maybe there's passion connected to that. I do see some level of imbalance, maybe simply in solely recording this person's pentacles, but I just get that it could be more than that. And I'm either seeing that they're going to ultimately communicate on the back end of the situation that things didn't work out. Like, like if you had like plans, let's say like somebody I was recently talking to, like someone they're connected to had plans to go down south, and they were going to take residency with someone else who needed help, like basically like maintaining the rent where they were staying, yada yada. And then, long story short, that guy already in the south ends up in jail, so now it's like a non-factor, because it's like you're not moving to like, unless it's like plans fell through. But also what I don't like is this Seven of Swords can talk about lies. All right, there also could be some, I don't know if this person is like impulsive. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna do that. And you could tell them like, well, that's probably not the best because of like blah blah blah. And it's like, no, I'm gonna, but then it doesn't work out anyways, because they just this might be an illogical move or an illogical attempt on their part if they're not coming out in liar mode. They might be lying to themselves about what change they can make too, Well, let me see. All right, so I'm getting this person had intentions, whether logical or not, to actually make the move, to actually take the risk, because that's their perceived wish fulfillment. Again, this is coming up soulmate. they could maintain a sense of determination about this to eventually move, but it ain't going to be whatever time frame they're talking about. It's not going to be as soon as whatever they're talking about. Okay? Yeah, definitely soulmate, because I got both the 6 of coins and the 6 of cups. Usually I only need one of those to pick that up. And they both came out. So pushing the limits, Ivo. I know. I get your MO. You know, we just we just keep you around because you're cute, you know. Don't let me stop. Ivo. But yeah. That's what I got. NSF 225. I think that this person needs to be grounded a bit, and I think this person is being taught lessons about, hey, do you want this life or that? And I don't necessarily want to poo-poo them, because I think this is part of them trying to figure shit out. It's like, yeah, no, wait, you know, like, wouldn't it be horrible if the same person that we're talking about was a different version of themselves, where they didn't feel like they could ever make change, even if it was like an impulsive decision, like, yeah, make a change, right? Like, I'd almost rather that than like somebody that just was like, I can never make change. Change just isn't for me. It's for everyone else, right? You know? So you almost go like, oh, keep going, buddy. You got, you know, and you just send them love and light, but stay out of the, like, you do you, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, and then, because I do see them, they eventually could move and eventually like make an actual like good start, because you know, a new start, not always a good start, you know what I mean? If it's half-assed, if it's still born out of toxicity or imbalance, you know what I mean? So I wouldn't say give up hope on this person in the sense of will they ever get it, but give them space, because they've got to get a lot, if that makes sense. All right. Good night, Cancer Moon 69. Thank you for your energy and your patience, babe. And I would be honored to read your cards, so let me know when you're ready. No worries there, okay? But yeah, so that's what I got, you guys. And again, I'm serious, you guys, before you pass out, okay, officially, like, at least give yourself 7 good minutes to really start thinking about what tomorrow looks like. What are you wearing? You know, what's your perfume, cologne, you know, what sneakers, or not that material things are like to be the forefront focus, but to get you in the focus of like, okay, this is what I'm living out now. I'm actually co-creating this. When I get up tomorrow, I'm so grateful that I feel like I didn't even need the sleep that I got, and yet sleep that I got was actually good sleep. I wasn't even just laying there ready to just like fake it again. Like, you know, and start thinking about what that looks like for you and feels like for you, and get grateful, because the whole time you're doing that, you're freaking creating it. It's that simple. Just saying. All right. Don't give up on yourselves. Stop expecting yourselves from others so that you don't want to give up on yourselves. All right. Start focusing on yourselves so that you don't want to give up on yourselves, and so that you don't over focus on others who maybe don't even mean you well in the first place. Just saying. I love you guys. Thank you for hanging out with your girl. You definitely made my evening. Hopefully I was able to afford you some clarity. Thank you for those that did let me know that I was able to do just that, because I'm here for you guys. I do carry you very near and dear to my heart at all hours. All right. Don't think otherwise. I just can't always be on the live stream. So thank you for those that have been and that will check out the other videos on this channel. They too are your messages. All right. I'm not doing this for me, you guys. Just saying, all right? I love you guys so, so much. You are amazing. Please do not believe otherwise, okay? And I will take heed to what you guys said about the little pep talk messages. I don't mind giving them if you don't mind receiving them. So there's that. Stay tuned for more. All right. And thank you for coming up, you know, coming onto the live stream and chatting away. I really do appreciate you guys loving and lighting your girl as well as each other. I love to see that. And we'll do this again real soon. Much love and light. Mwah. You guys are amazing.